This is supposed to be like a llama fetus. You have these different bags filled with, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Eerie, weird vibes. Pociones y rebajas. If I was a local, I wouldn't really want to set up a shop on this street. Believing in the ghosts or not, it's just, you got so many places to choose from. Why choose this one? Okay, yeah, definitely a little bit more of the weirder stuff now. What's up, guys? It's Ryan, and welcome back to another video here in La Paz, Bolivia. Today we are in the main plaza area here in La Paz, which, funny enough, I haven't been to yet during my time here. So we had to spend a day here at least, check out the area. There's a couple places I want to go to, one of which is the Witches Market, which is this really cool kind of weird vibe market, it sounds like. So kind of go see what that's like. Along with that, I want to go check out some of the cool architecture. There's a lot of cool places, it seems like, in this area. But yeah, right now we're just walking kind of through the main central area, headed towards where that Witches Market actually is. Tons of people out right now, a lot of public transportation, cars in general. Very loud, so I might have to do some yelling. It's Monday, so a busy day for people working, school, all that stuff. So gotta navigate my way through it without getting into too much chaos. We were walking in the middle. There's a little sidewalk between the two streets, but figured I'd come out on one of the sidewalks on the side to see all the vendors that are popped up, all the locals hanging out, eating lunch. It is about lunchtime right now, so a lot of people are eating lunch. But here, right, we got soft serve ice cream, fries, tons of these little vendor pop-up shops. It definitely feels alive today. Everyone's out right now. The street we're on right now is the Avenida 16 de Julio, which translates to 16th of July Avenue. One of the busiest streets I've been on throughout Bolivia so far, though, that is definitely for sure. Not only a ton of locals, but I believe this is where most of the tourists will stay, where a lot of the hotels and hostels, all that stuff are. And that's just because there is a lot of historical significance here as well. You got locals eating lunch here, just out in the middle of the street. Tons of vendors, whether they're just selling drinks, sodas, or they're selling saltinas. Looks like they got burgers, hot dogs, literally anything you could think of. You'll see tons of locals always hopping in and out of these vans. It's the main public transportation. And here across the street, we got that Basilica of St. Francis. Look at all the vendors set up here. It's crazy. Definitely a tourist place, or just a place to hang out in general. Lots of jewelry. It's all fenced off here, so it doesn't look like we can just walk up to the front gate. But that being said, I see people up in the tower there. But continuing to walk up here, a lot of people are selling fresh orange juice. This guy's cleaning shoes. And as you can see here on the left, a lot of people just hang out, just sitting on the stairs, enjoying the beautiful weather. It is quite a beautiful day here in La Paz. It's currently the end of October, so I think it's like spring season, but still really nice. We got hot dogs, tons of pastries over here, cookies and stuff. There's so many people out right now, and I am honestly quite surprised because it is Monday. I figured a lot of people would be in class or at work, especially for it being the middle of the day. It's not like it's a Saturday or a Sunday. We're making our way up to the Witches Market now, which looks like is just up here somewhere on the left. But again, just tons of locals sat out pretty much everywhere trying to sell their products. You got remotes, everything. Okay, and here we are, the start of the Witches Market. And the reason this place is so popular is because a lot of the vendors here are selling some crazy stuff. Some folk remedies, some potions, llama bones, all types of weird stuff. So let's check it out. Here we got nothing too crazy just yet. Some handmade crafts. Got the umbrellas overhead. Add a nice vibe to it. Not getting the eerie vibe as of right now. But again, it's just a lot of tourist souvenirs, whether it's, you know, sweatshirts, jackets, bags. I want to see the weird stuff, crazy stuff, because this is one of the main places that was recommended for me to come to. I really do like the scenery here though. Very cool, very colorful. Again, I'm not seeing anything too crazy yet though. The funny part is, over the time I've been here in La Paz in Bolivia, this is by far the most amount of tourists I've seen, all in this one spot. You can tell it's a very popular tourist attraction. Looks like the market makes its way down the hill here. If you didn't know already, La Paz is kind of built on tons of hills, and with the elevation, climbing up and down these hills definitely isn't easy by any means. We're even offering Spanish classes here. They definitely know tourists are here. Again, it's just a lot of jewelry here, a lot of shirts, little knickknacks. Not too far off of what I've seen at other touristy markets throughout Bolivia and South America in general. Keep walking here though, across the street, see what else we can find. I really do like the way they set up these umbrellas. I wonder if there's a deeper meaning to it, like it's protecting them from something. Who knows? Whoa, look at this chick. Now we're getting more of the eerie, weird vibes. Pociones y rebajas. So at the time of recording, it is just days away from Halloween. So I would kind of expect some Halloween decorations as well. So maybe that's kind of what that girl was for. Other than that though, I'm getting pretty good vibes here. It's nothing crazy, nothing too witch-like. I was expecting a little bit more. And I think we're already coming up on the end here. So definitely not what I was quite expecting. Still cool nonetheless though. Get to see a lot of the locals selling their handmade stuff. Death Road tomorrow. I'm gonna do that at some point. We'll walk all the way down here to the end now, and then wrap around, see if there's anything we missed. But majority of it is just kind of this stuff, you know, jackets, bags, jewelry, little knickknacks. To reiterate, just a lot of stuff I've already seen at other markets. Nothing's really standing out as unique to this one. All right, made it to what looks like the end of the market here. Funny enough, they got an English pub right here. So we'll start making our way back into it. Go through it one more time, like I just said. Okay, something I didn't notice when I was walking was the art. You can see the art on the walls here. This traditional woman here, nice paintings. And they do have cars, taxis coming through here too. I thought this was just supposed to be a pedestrian area where you can only walk, but they find ways to get in here and sell their service of taxi driving. I am a little bit surprised though there is quite a few tourists here. There's quite a few locals here too that aren't even working. They're just walking through here. I get it though, the vibes are nice here. Another thing I didn't notice, they have a hostel embedded in this market up in there. Definitely would be an interesting place to stay. Okay, and here we go, Galleria Las Brujas, the Witches Gallery. See some witchcraft or something. This is a cool setup. So colorful everything is. Okay, I walked in here and it's just a ton of t-shirts and sweatshirts. Maybe it's a marketing thing, but where's all the witch stuff, all the potions, all that stuff? I'm missing it. All right, we made it back to the other side where we started. And this stuff that we saw kind of seems to be the most weird of everything. The shells, little art crafts. Oh, here we go. This is supposed to be like a llama fetus. They have these different bags filled with, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. So yeah, I guess this is what they were kind of talking about when I was reading on the internet. They definitely got some weird stuff, but it all kind of seems to be on this end of the market over here as well. There's a witch here and in here. Let's check this area. Hola, buenas tardes. What are these? Candles. Okay, now we're getting into it. Some weird statues and stuff. A lot of these bottles of, I guess they're spray. It smells, what's this say? Llama caliente. Okay, yeah, definitely a little bit more of the weirder stuff now. I walked right past it. So we're at least getting a little bit of a taste of what this witches market is about, the reason it has its name. So with that being said, that is the witches market. I'm glad we got to see at least a little bit of the witchcraft stuff here at the end, because I totally walked by it at the beginning. Was a little bit of a letdown, so expecting a little bit more of some weird, crazy stuff, but nonetheless, still cool to check out. Definitely more of a touristy market, like I was saying. So didn't end up buying anything. I'm sure things are a little bit overpriced anyways. I'd rather go to an actual local market and get stuff there. But nonetheless, still cool. So now we're gonna head out of here. Next on the agenda is the Plaza Pedro Domingo Mario. No idea what it is. Popular spot to check out, so let's go see what it's about. We're walking there now, but look at just some of these buildings. Pretty beautiful. I was not expecting this type of architecture here in the La Paz area. Over the little bit of time I've been here so far, I'm beginning to fall in love with not just La Paz, but the country of Bolivia, the people, the culture, the uniqueness it has, because not a lot of people come here and I think they're missing out. If it wasn't for these damn hills and this elevation, this could be one of the best cities in the world. Crazy shout, I know, but Honestly, I think it has it all. The nature, the city life, the food, the culture, everything. All right, we're making it to the plaza now. Look at this, they got some saltinas here, some more snacks. But this is the Plaza Pedro, Domingo. Definitely not as popular and as tourist focused as that Plaza San Francisco where we were earlier, which is nice. It's a little bit more of a local feel. Let's get a closer look though. Again, this architecture is quite stunning. The amount of locals I see too who are just sitting on steps. Kind of looks like they're just pondering life. I don't know why they do it, but maybe I should try it out and report back to you. Here's the monument though that it looks like this plaza was built around. I would assume this is Pedro Domingo. Unfortunately, I don't know the significance of who he is, but he must have been important enough to build a whole statue around. But yeah, overall, the plaza just a park area for the locals to hang out. And apparently the pigeons. Look at how many pigeons there are here. I think this is the pigeon whisperer here. They're all surrounding him. Here's the ice cream man. They got other vendors here too. Wherever you find a lot of people, you'll always find vendors. Because where there's people, there's money. And whenever you can have money, they will take the opportunity to get it. Okay, I just put 2 and 2 together. Those vendors I was just talking about, they're actually selling, looks like corn or something. And that is why there's so many pigeons, is because people are feeding the pigeons with that corn they're buying from the vendors. It all makes sense now. This kid's feeding them. They're all flocking to him now. Oh, look at these people too. They're getting pictures with them on their arms and stuff. That's sick. Another pigeon whisperer here. He's feeding them from his hands. They really got it all here. I was just about to leave the plaza too, and I noticed they got pigeon houses here for the pigeons. This plaza kind of reminds me of the plaza in Lima, Peru, where they got all those cats, but instead of cats, it's pigeons. We're leaving the plaza now though. We got one more spot to check out, so let's start making our way there. So the last area we're gonna be checking out is the Calle Jean, which is, I think, just Jean Street, which is said to be a very beautiful and historic street. And apparently it's haunted by ghosts. So ghosts of the slaves of the Spanish apparently haunt the street. So let's see what this is like. First the witches market, now this. They got all kinds of eerie, weird stuff. All right, we're making our way on Calle Jean now. As you can see the road, they're all smaller stones here versus back there. The main street is more normal. So let's walk down this eerie street. Definitely got some color to it. This old colonial street. Apparently there's some museums on this as well. Looks like they got a couple shops here. Looks kind of quite torn down now. Interesting area in there. Hola. Definitely some interesting vibes here. If I was a local, I wouldn't really want to set up a shop on this street. Believe me in the ghosts or not, it's just, you got so many places to choose from. Why choose this one? A little cafe here. Looks like the street ends up here. Here we go, Museo de Metales Preciosos. Got another one here. It's the Museo del Litero Boliviano. So yeah, just a street with quite a bit of history on it. I didn't feel like I was totally getting abducted by ghosts, but they got a few museums as well to check out. Looks like they're not open right now, or it's not very popular, but had to come and check out the street at least once. And now we are back in the chaos of the busy streets. And with that being said, I think we'll wrap up the video here. Another great day in La Paz, Bolivia. I'm really starting to love this place, can't get enough. We still got some good amount of time here though, so be expecting quite a few more videos while I'm here. Maybe even checking out other parts of Bolivia like Sucre, who knows. But nonetheless, had a great day today. Got to check out some more historic, popular places here in the Plaza area of La Paz. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.